Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band. We listen to all of their records. We rank them from worst to best. We also give our biggest banger from each of them. But before we do that, we get into our 6 degrees with Tom DeLonge if we did that at all this week.
Did not.
While you're listening, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify especially. Give us 5 stars on there, 5 stars only. Tell all your friends. All of the social media is at Asinine Radio. We have a Discord server if you want to join that. Let us know. We'll send you the link. We have a phone number you can call us. You could shoot us a text. The phone number is 503-893-5307. So get into that. And now that we have that boring intro out of the way, let's get right into our 6 degrees with Tom DeLonge. Did you say you had something?
I didn't. I don't. It was just a long week. I didn't do it.
Okay. Well, I didn't do it either, but I just thought of one. Corey Taylor from Slipknot was on Travis Barker's solo record. Travis to Tom. Easy peasy right there. We did it.
I really did one for Sabbath. It was just I just saw it the other night, but I don't know if I want to spoil it now. It's
well, no,
we're doing easy. So here's it.
Spoilers. We're doing Sabbath in a few weeks.
All right.
All right. So let's jump right into the album ranking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the 7 Slipknot records plus their original demo. Some say it's an actual record. I consider it a record, not a demo. But who the hell am I? So we're gonna rank 8 different things, 8 different records, and give our biggest banger from each. So let's start with number 8. What do you got, Jeff? Go.
The End so far. The End for now. Whatever you want to call it. Their latest record that came out. This is their worst. This is their worst. It's just boring. A lot of their heavier instrumentals, whether they be fast or slow, were great because they are a great band. It's when the music starts to get slower and lighter that I can't fucking stand. And Corey Taylor singing it's never really been my favorite thing, and God, he bothers me on this one. It just really bothers me. I just don't think it's good. I don't think his singing on this one has aged well. I think the band is still trying to do something that maybe they should just shy away from. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I don't know anything. It's not fair to compare this album to like the earlier sound because it's
so different.
It's so different. This is not fair. But I'm not going to say this is a fucking good album. If this was like Kill Switch Engage, I'd drop this album. I'd respect it. But I still wouldn't buy it, even though I bought this one. I just don't think it's good. I think it's boring. I think this is just boring stuff. The song Hell, or H377, because they're probably gamers. That's why they spelled it like that. Hell. That's I think that's the best overall. But that's still not playlistable for me. But the song Decide, I think that's a better song overall. It just has a very, very bad Corey Taylor vocal part. If you took that one part out of it, that song would be a playlistable banger. Yes.
Like when his clean vocals. That's really what you don't like, right? For the most part?
I tolerate it in the beginning stages, but over time it gets worse and worse for me.
Yeah, he does it more and more as time goes on. But then you love Dead Memories, which makes zero fucking sense.
I still liked it this week, too. I'll get into it. I still liked it.
You love Duality, even though you say you don't.
I push my fingers.
Why do you have an accent when you sing that?
What accent was that? I push my fingers into, like an Australian, I push my fingers into my eyes.
Never mind.
Slit your butt and fuck your butt. That's what we're getting into later on.
Oh my God. All right. So my number 8 is also The End so far. Their newest record that came out last month. This month? I don't know. Fucking month it came out. This month, I think.
It was, I don't know.
It was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's too many like melodic vocals, which, I mean, he's a good singer. You can't deny that. But sometimes they're a little like show-offy, and it just doesn't really play to the songs that well. I think it's kind of a crutch for like the songs not being that great. And that's most of this record. It's not this record's really lackluster. And I mean, Jay Weinberg is a good drummer. And we're going to talk a lot about the drums on on these 2 episodes, but Jay Weinberg is a really, really good drummer, but he's not a great songwriter like Joey was. Joey had the best of both worlds. Like, he could write amazing drum parts, and he was technically just a fucking amazing drummer, way better than Jay has ever been. And this record really shows that Jay doesn't have the chops. He doesn't have the chops of Joey. It's
That's
unfair
not
to compare
why
him.
This is bad, though.
No, but it's one of the reasons why.
That's
one of the reasons why.
That's like the 5th reason why. The first 4 are much worse.
I agree. The vocals are a little much. I think the mix is it's very muddled. This record is just like a wall of just noise. It's hard to kind of differentiate between all the different parts, the different instruments. The guitar riffs aren't that great, I feel. The songs are just kind of boring in the context of Slipknot, knowing what they've done, even on the record prior to this. We Are Not Your Kind. So this is just a really disappointing record. It really, really is. I love this band. They're just like one of my favorite bands. And this one is really disappointing. And even with my Slipknot goggles on, I say that.
You're still going to keep it, though. Why would you keep this record?
I still like it.
Oh my God.
My banger is also Hell. I think this is like a throwback to the first record. Obviously, it's never going to sound like that record, tone wise, in any way, but it still kind of has that really aggressive, just kind of banging your head on something. And there's some like cool scratching in there. There's some cool little like sampling in here in this song. And just the overall heaviness of it. Corey just sounds fucking pissed off when he's screaming in the song. So I think this is actually a really solid song. And I did playlist it. This is a playlistable song. The only playlistable song on the record.
Oh, baby.
But yeah, the end so far is my number 8.
Okay.
So let's get into your number 7. What do you got?
That's their album / non-album. Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat. Don't care. This is just as you'd expect from something that is a band in their infancy stages. It doesn't have some of the iconic members. It's some of the iconic Slipknot sounds. They're there, kind of. But then there's just too much dumb shit on here. There's actual dumb shit they do. They have some really stupid fucking wannabe Red Hot Chili Peppers funk song that is just dumb. It's dumb. It's bad.
I don't like that song.
It's fucking bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. I swear to you, because I listened to it today on my bike ride, and I had to put on fucking YouTube because not on Spotify. And when it played, I had to like stop my bike ride, pull up my phone, and fucking make sure that it was still playing the same goddamn thing. Like, this is just too stupid. There's no fucking way.
When it gets to the disco part, when it goes woo woo,
it's just like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is stupid. This is dumb. But I get it. It holds a place in time. I would never, even if I saw this for fucking dirt cheap, I'd probably buy it like the CD ones because those are supposed to go for a lot of money. But this is just, I would never listen to this again. This was a one and done thing. Unless we do Slipknot again, I guess I will do it again. But this is a one and done thing. This is just for the true Yed. This is stupid. This was down. There was even some like fucking jazz song on here. That was like a jazz type tune. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is stupid. This album is stupid. I think the end so far is extremely disappointing. But I think Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat is bad. But there were some moments on here like, okay, cool. This is fun to listen to because I know where they're going after this. That's why it's higher than the end so far. The end so far is just extremely, extremely disappointing.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Totally agree. Do you have a banger off of Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat?
No.
Okay, that's fun.
No.
My number 7 is also Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat.
Oh, damn, Gina.
Yeah. I do like this record. I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia with this one. I mean, after the first record came out, I remember finding this record on Napster and downloading it. It took me like 2 days to download this record. Burned it on a CD, and it was just so different, even from the self-titled Slipknot record. It's too different. It's essentially 2 different bands. I mean, at this time, Anders Kolsefny was the lead singer. Corey wasn't even in the band at this point. The main guys were Anders on vocals, Joey drums, Paul bass, and Sean on percussion, along with some guitar players that didn't really last very long in the band. So it's just a completely different style, and I kind of understand when the band says we don't consider this an album because it doesn't represent what the band became after this, which is very true. But still, the way they kind of write it off is kind of sucks. It sucks for the band members who really tried, like Anders, because with the whole story with him was he was the singer of the band. They wanted something more melodic, so they got Corey in the band, and then they relegated Anders to percussion. And Anders was like, fuck this, I'm out. So he ended up quitting after a few months.
He didn't even get his number. If you don't have a Slipknot number, then you've never been part of the band.
The numbers started after Anders left.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
But something I read that I had never known before, but when they fired Chris, the percussionist, back in 2019, there were rumors that Anders was going to be brought back into the band as a percussionist to replace Chris. And it was brought up in interviews to Corey, and Corey said that would be so fucking cool if he did. That would be super rad to have somebody from that era of the band rejoin as the percussionist and take over.
Era of the band.
Yeah, well, it is an era.
That's stupid.
But Anders said on Facebook that he would never rejoin Slipknot. But yeah, I thought that would have been pretty rad if he had rejoined 20 something years later. But yeah, so Mate Feed Kill Repeat, like you said, this record's all over the place. From its funk disco stuff to jazz stuff to straight up death metal to hardcore punk kind of. It's really all over the place. And they this album cost them like $40,000 to make.
Oh my god!
Over like 6 months, and they all paid it out of pocket.
Well, because they didn't know 45 people. Who cares?
It was because they didn't know how to record a lot of these instruments. Like, I guess they had a huge issue recording the percussion stuff, the big drums and everything, because it was just a shit show of a record to make. But yeah, I do have a banger. I mean, I think these songs are fun, at the least fun. And I like this version of Only One, which they re-recorded for the self-titled record. And Anders, his vocals on this version are just, they're fucking nasty. They're just dirty and gross, and it just, it's great. I fucking love it. I love this version of the song. So, yeah, okay. Mate Feed Kill Repeat is my number 7. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot to say about all these albums. Love this fucking band. So, what do you got for number 6?
We have now gotten into like the stuff that I enjoy. I either have or I will buy if for the right price. Probably not new for most of these. Except for my number 3. I'll buy that one new. But this one, Volume 3, Subliminal Verses, their third album, 2004. Mm-hmm. I have this one of the vinyls, and I was caught up, and I bought Slipknot's, then Slipknot's Iowas, and then I bought Slipknot's Volume 3. I was like, oh yeah, I'm in this fucking Slipknot mood. And then I even listened to it again on Spotify, but I think I was just still in the mood, and I liked it more. This is one of those types of albums that there's nothing wrong with this. There's no stinkers, nothing bad, but there's just a lot of parts that are completely forgettable. As a Slipknot album, there are lows to this. There are lows that I just don't care about. I want to skip. This is a purgeable record. I'm probably not going to keep this once the big purge happens again the next time around, which is pretty soon. I think once you give me the albums that you have for me, that's going to be like the next big purge for me. And this is going to go. This is going to go. I don't think it's that great. And there's too many lows.
Before you purge it, give it one more listen.
I don't know. I've ranked this low twice now. Both times we've done Slipknot. I've ranked this low twice. That's it. And again, like I like to compare it to Killswitch. I just saw Killswitch Engage in concert live. But if this was like a Killswitch album that got put out, like I'd be fucking blown away. I'd be like, holy shit, I cannot believe you guys did this. This is unreal. But it's not. This is not the Killswitch. This is Slipknot, and they've done so much better things than this. And there's some real standout bangers in this one. And some stuff that are like crazy good and really heavy and fantastic. But there's too much fluff. There's just too much fluff, too much stuff I just don't care about. So, yeah. I don't have any like true bangers on this one. I really don't. I think this is just like a good album. It's a hard album because I think it's good overall, but it's kind of just, it's all right.
I understand. I totally understand.
It's all right. I got bangers for the rest of them though. So this is the last of the no bangers.
All right then. My number 6 is 0.5, The Great Chapter. This is the one after Paul had died. The first album after Paul died. First album after they fired Joey from the band. So new drummer, new bassist, essentially a new band, really. I mean, they really changed their trajectory with this record. Jay still, I think he does a good job on the drums, but it's just, like I said, not the same as Joey, which is hard to do. This is a surprisingly aggressive record. I remember when it came out being very, very shocked at how just really how fast a lot of these songs are. It's just, at some points, it's just fucking nonstop. They do not quit. And it's aggressive, and in a lot of points, there's some pretty poppy elements in some of the songs, but there's some absolute fucking bangers on this. Like instant bangers, instant playlistable songs on this record. I really don't have too many negative things to say about this record. I think it's fucking solid. I have it on vinyl. I have all their records on vinyl. So, yeah, the Grade Chapter, my bangers, I got two. I got Nomadic. I think that is just a fucking fast, aggressive, punch you in the face song. And Override. Override is one of the last songs. I think it's actually the last song on the record. And it's a more melodic sounding, but the melody is so, it's one of the catchiest songs they've ever done. I really truly believe that chorus in that song is one of the catchiest things Corey has ever sang. So, yeah, Grade Chapter is my number 5. Great fucking record. I hate the cover though. That album cover is fucking terrible.
I like it.
God, you're dumb. All their album covers are pretty stupid, but this
Except
this is like their worst one.
I was the best.
Yeah, I would say so. That's their best album cover. But yeah, my number. Oh, I'm sorry, that's my number 6. The Grade Chapter is my number 6. So what do you got for number 5? Go.
We Are Not Your Kind. Their 6th album, 2019. Again, there's a lot to like about this one. This is an album that captures the early sound of them while also like progressing into just very melodic metal. The singing isn't terrible because it's usually backed by more interesting instrumentation. I don't hate this one. If I saw this used, I'd pick it up. I really would. Everything here, I don't know, so I'd pick up. But I wouldn't buy it new.
I think you can get a used copy for like $30.
If I was out shopping and saw
mine.
it used, I would pick it up. I wouldn't buy it online though. There's true bangers here though. There are true bangers. There's like beyond bangers on this one because there's a lot of really, really, really good stuffs here, and it's hard to rank my 5, 4, and 3 because I think like 1 and 2, at least for me, are just so untouchable, so fucking perfect in their own way that it's really the middle ground that's going to change the most. So We Are Not Your Kind. That's just where I put it right now. But like, what's it called? Unsainted?
Yeah, Unsainted.
Dude, obviously a fucking banger.
Really?
That's a fucking absolute banger of a song. It's so
you make
damn
no
good.
sense. You make no sense. That's like the poppiest song. Not the poppiest song, but that's like that's a Corey Taylor song. That's a Stone Sour song.
That is a fucking banger of a song. The biggest banger though is that Solway Firth Solway Firth song. Dude, this is the Slipknot roll is there. It's unmistakable. The parts are great because they're just like transitions, but they're lengthy enough to be a little bit catchy and a nice little break from the aggression. So there's a lot of complex parts going into this song, and it's just like it's almost like they wrote it piece by piece by piece, and then just kind of added it together and said, okay, how can we make it kind of flow nicer? And then they did this, and that's why there's a lot of parts on the song that don't sound like the previous part because I think they wrote it in like a choppy way. I don't know. That's what it sounds like. I love it. I think it's that's my biggest banger. But dude, Untainted is fucking I love that song. Fantastic.
This is another one that boggles my mind. You like Dead Memories and Unsainted.
I gotta throw in the weird ones. There are weird ones. There are weird.
Or like
ones.
Heart Stops from AFI.
Oh
out of all the
songs
on
too.
Burials, like Heart Stops. This fucking guy over here.
I'm not quite the ballad man like you are, okay? But I do like my singing sometimes. Alkaline Trio really turned you into a ballad man, honestly.
It didn't.
That's where it started.
No, that's silly boy.
I remember. Elvin never forgets, and I don't forget.
All right, my number 5 is All Hope Is Gone. Their 4th record, the last one with Joey and Paul on the record. I love this record. I have a ton, like all the records I have a ton of memories with them, nostalgia. But this is a real departure from, at this point, everything that they had done. I mean, they had started to go more pop with Volume 3. They had kind of they had kind of left that straight up aggression of the first two records, and this record is more like a death metal record in some senses. But then there's some like really big pop ballads like Dead Memories, and even Psychosocial, you could say, is kind of like a more poppy Slipknot song. But then you have, the song, the title song, All Hope Is Gone. That's my biggest banger off this one. That one is very kind of death metal with all the, what's it called? The drumming, what is that fucking called?
The percussion part?
No, the drumming, Joey's drumming, what is that technique called? Blast beats. Yes. There's so many blast beats in that song, and really across this entire record. And Joey even said after they recorded this is his favorite record. He said this is the record that he's most proud of, that this is what he wanted Slipknot to sound like from the beginning. And every other band member said they don't really like this record. Joey was the only one who enjoyed this one. But
he didn't know nothing.
All Hope Is Gone. Yeah, this is it sucks that the band kind of ended after this, and they weren't able to create something as iconic because Joey wasn't in the band. So
okay,
I'm gonna bring him up a lot. We got to bring up Joey a lot. He was
your boy.
He was amazing. He was fucking amazing. So All Hope Is Gone. My number 5 banger is the title track. All Hope Is Gone. So
okay,
what do you got for number 4?
Number 4, All Hope Is Gone. Their fourth record. Number 4, fourth record.
There we go.
I don't have a lot of negatives to say about this one. When it hits hard. Like the title track. I totally agree. Fucking beyond banger. There's some slower parts that are a little bit goofy and slower and just silly. But overall, it's a solid output. And going from the Great Chapter to this one, because obviously the Great Chapter is higher on my list. It's an upgrade in drumming. And no knock to Jay because he's fucking fantastic. He's so good. He's so damn tight. Sometimes it's robotic, but there's no
there's no swing.
To compare him to Joey, I don't think there's a lot of feel, and that comes from songwriting. That comes from just kind of being with people, with your bandmates for so long that you know where they want you to go. Whereas Jay, these are really not his bandmates. This is something different, so I don't know, whatever. But it's good.
Yeah,
I think it's great. But like Dead Memories, it's still a solid tune. I like the song. I do. I don't know why I like the song. It sounds like a song that I should not like. It's
I think
stupid.
it's one of the worst songs on the record.
It's stupid. It's dumb. I like it. I think the melody is super catchy. I think there's a subtle kind of heaviness there, like the closing track in Iowa. It kind of builds in this weird, like mysterious way.
Yeah,
somewhat. I don't know. This Cold Black, that's another fucking beyond banger too. Super heavy, full of sound. Good stuffs. I like All Hope Is Gone. It's a good album.
Gematria, kind of the opening track, that song hits fucking hard too. Okay, so with Dead Memories, what I do really like in that song is the guitar during the verses, like kind of that palm muted thing that they do, and then they go into those like pinch harmonics. Just it's such a great like flourish in the song itself. I think it's just, that part is fucking awesome. It's the chorus, it's the melody in the chorus that I cannot get into. But the verses are fantastic.
It's all about the nuance. There you go.
Ugh, that fucking song, man.
I love that song.
You don't make any fucking sense. You have like no credibility anymore.
Why? Because I like one fucking ballad there.
Oh, and also Unsainted from We Are Not Your Kind.
It's a good song.
Unsainted is a better song for sure, but it's like one of the more ballad kind of songs on that record, and it just makes no sense why you like that song too, or
sometimes
more than
I like a
anything
good
else.
ballad. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a good ballad.
God, I don't get it, but whatever. All right, is that all you got for your number 4?
Yeah, that's it.
For All Hope Is Gone. All right, so my 4 is We Are Not Your Kind. This is the second one with the newer lineup, the more current lineup, and I think this record is it's one of their most unique records. there's a shit ton of experimentation. There are a lot of highs and lows dynamically, where every song has like an outro, at least an outro or an intro. There's always something. Everything flows and transitions really fucking well. The only downside to that is like if you want to playlist some of these songs, it's hard to do that like on just like a random playlist, because then you're listening to an intro or outro that I don't know. It can only
be there.
Yeah, it can only be really understood in the context of the record.
Right.
So that's really the only negative thing I have to say about this record. I think the soundscapes, it's really the soundscapes and all the little nuances on this record that really set it apart. And they have a song on here called Spiders. Solway Firth is the best song. I think that song's unreal. That song is fucking amazing. He just sounds so pissed off when he screams that chorus. And it just sounds violent. It's fast. It's just mean. He just sounds like fucking mean man. But Spiders, like the complete opposite of that. I love that song. I guess it's just like the keyboards that are playing, and it has that weird like kind of, I don't want to say time signature, but that weird drum beat. Everything about the song Spiders is a little bit off, but it still is very just like pleasant to listen to. I love Spiders. I love that song.
Spiders.
Exactly. So so that's my number 4 is We Are Not Your Kind. What do you got for number 3?
Okay. What do you think my number 3 is?
It's the Great Chapter. You're a cuck.
It's a great chapter. It is. It is.
Okay, good.
This is
It fucking better be, dude.
I don't remember what my rankings were the first time we did the Slipknots on the album. I honestly don't remember this album at all, like anything about it. But I think this album is fucking fantastic. I think it's unbelievable. It's a band that's coming off like huge shout out, huge personnel changes, right?
Yeah.
And making it work. Jay on drums. He does a great job. He seems like he's definitely trying to do something in between mimicking Joey and being his own drummer. But there's not that camaraderie. He has no history with the band really. So he's kind of on the surface. I think he's really trying to mimic Joey, but he can't do what Joey does because Joey knows what these guys want and what they're looking for, and he can write better songs. So, but he's still really good. It's still really, really good. And I like it a lot. This album is actually fucking rad. I love it. It's great Slipknot songs that are memorable. The lead single, -1, fucking banger. Unbelievable song. One of their best songs. AOV, fucking banger. Skeptic, fucking banger.
Skeptic, yeah. Custer is another good one.
This is classic Slipknot without the fluff. And I think it's because they want to make sure fans like know that there's still the Slipknot that we know and love. So they played it a little bit safe. And I think like kind of reverting back to the self-titled Iowa sound is a little bit safe, especially when you're getting rid of, huge members of the band. But
like the main songwriters of the band.
But like, damn, dude, it worked. I don't even care. It fucking worked.
No, it's a good record.
Everybody brought it. I was blown away. I was looking up how, like, should I buy this new? Should I buy it? I was going back and forth. I don't know if I'll buy it right now, but I think I'll probably buy it the next week or so.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
Especially
I think
over
they just repressed
Volume
it,
3.
didn't they?
Yeah.
They repressed it not even a year ago.
Yeah.
Fuck. Jesus. I can't believe it's that high. But that's fine. It's still,
God
I think it's a
damn,
great
good.
record.
I was, honestly, this was the one that, this one and Mate Feed Kill Repeat. Those are the two that blew me away. Mate Feed Kill Repeat blew me away because it was so dumb. I just cannot fucking believe that this was Slipknot doing that music. And this one blew me away because it was so damn good. So much better than I thought it was going to be. That's
a good way to put it. I mean, it's, or what you said, how it's like they're early like Iowa, but without the fluff. Because it is very stripped down. I mean, even the percussion, like it's not, I don't think it's kind of non-existent on this record. And it's just all about just how fast they can get through a song, really. And just kind of how aggressive they can be, but also equally as melodic without the extra stuff. flourishes.
Dude, Jay's a good drummer. He's a great drummer.
No, he is. He's
a
fucking great.
fantastic drummer.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not a historic drummer, but he's a fantastic drummer.
I agree. He is awesome. He really is awesome. And he's really stepping into somebody's shoes who nobody can really play as well. You can't.
No
I mean,
way.
you really can't. And I do feel bad like criticizing him as much as I have because it's just not fair. But then when you get a record like their new record, The End So Far, where his drumming is just so mediocre, it just to go from the first two records he did to that, it's just such a downgrade. Like it's like he wasn't even there drumming. It's so phoned in.
Yeah.
It really, really is. But
you'll keep it.
yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah. It'll grow on me.
Dude, so stupid.
All right, my number 3 is Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses, their third record. This one, I mean, this record holds the most nostalgia for me out of any of one of their records. I think we were juniors in high school when this record came out. It sounded so different from Iowa. I actually didn't like this record. When I heard Duality, I thought, what the fuck is this shit? It's fucking terrible. I just hated Duality when that song came out. And the record came out, and I think it leaked, so I ended up burning it like a month before it came out. And I didn't really like it. It took a while for me to get into it, but there's some fucking bangers on here. 3-0, great fucking song, great drumming.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get this record.
You know what it is?
I don't get it.
I never really thought of it until maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. Corey brought it up in an interview because he doesn't like this. He doesn't like his vocals on this record because he forced himself to scream in a different way, and it gave a totally different feel to the songs. And when you go back and listen to it, there's no other record where he screams like this. It's like a very strained kind of scream. It's not like angry. It's just like a scream for the sake of screaming. That's kind of what it is.
Okay.
It's just it is very, very different. I mean, not only the vocals, but just the tone of all the instruments, the production of it. It's a very loud sounding record because that's what Rick Rubin does. He makes very, very loud records. But I don't know. I still really love this record. There's some amazing parts. The Blister Exists, the opening song with the big drums, it's fucking cool, man. You don't like that shit?
No. I honestly,
Opium of the People.
I honestly do not like this record almost at all.
Oh man, there's some great stuff on it. Even the acoustic songs, the two acoustic songs are really good. They're fantastic.
I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get why this is so huge. Why people think this is so fucking fantastic. Like I get the idea behind Duality, because as far as like big singles go, I think like Wait and Bleed, the first part of that song is just fucking so dumb. It's just so stupid. Like, just take it out.
Starts with that chorus.
It's just so stupid. Like, why are you singing already so early on the record? But Duality is still pretty early on in the record, but it's a better song. It's cooler.
Better than Wait and Bleed?
Because of the beginning part of Wait and Bleed. I don't like that beginning part. It's stupid. But it's not until like we get to the roll that it starts to pick up a little bit, and it's not until he starts yelling to where it gets fucking fantastic. We're already almost a minute deep.
Yeah. Have you listened? I'm sure you did. Did you listen to the Terry Date mix of Wait and Bleed? Where there's no screaming?
Oh yeah. I feel like we talked about this.
I think we did talk about it. Yeah, I think we talked about it when we did.
Why did we?
When we did that Slipknot record, we did.
No, I feel like it was more recent. Maybe I was talking about with Phil and the neighbors.
Were you okay?
Yeah, I feel like it was like within the past like month.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really weird mix. Hearing Corey really only sing every single part of that song.
Fucking
it's
awful.
Still cool.
No,
I thought it was
awful.
cool.
It's awful.
You're dumb.
It is awful. He's not a bad singer. I get it. He's not a bad singer. But, like, I just don't fucking give a shit when he sings. Like, that's the thing, man. I can go to any karaoke bar, and I swear to God, at one point in the night, somebody will sing Four Non Blondes. They'll kill it. And you're like, oh, that's not a bad singer. I don't give a shit, though. I don't fucking care.
All right. Volume 3, The subliminal verses is my number 3. So what do you got for your number 2?
Their first Slipknots. The first
Really?
album, 1999.
Really? That is your number 2. Okay.
Yeah. And it's honestly, it's really, really, really close. There's really only one thing that separates the two. This album is so damn good. Like for a debut album, it's pretty iconic, not just in the sheer like musicianship, but rocking music, like the music world to its core with some truly weird shit that no one's like really seen. No one, the masses have never really seen, have never really dealt with before. There's some songs on this one that drag a bit and feel almost like filler, especially in the middle to later part of the album. But even then, we're talking like damn good filler, solid filler. I wish they didn't redo Interloper because I really don't think the diluted one hits as hard or is as fun as Interloper. But it's still a great song. It's still solid. But I think this album has the best of Slipknot, right? The lead in, the rolling into the song "Sick." Is that how you say it? Sick.
Yeah.
Just the first actual song. Like
Yeah.
that is much how I think like the song Goliath. If people say, hey, like what does Mars Volta sound like? I would give him Goliath. I'd give him Sick. I would give him Sick. Hey, this is what Slipknot sounds like. This is what it should be. This is it. That is their best song. That is the greatest thing that they have done is Sick.
You really think Sick is? Wow,
I absolutely. It has everything that you want from Slipknot, but elevated. Everyone is bringing their game. Everyone is fucking going as hard as they possibly can. Yeah, maybe it's not like the heaviest thing they've done or the most technical thing they've done, but all around, it is the best thing that they've done that truly represents what this band is trying to sound like. And Iowa kind of like backpacks off of that, and we'll get into it, but like Sick is it, man. That's it. That's what Slipknot is that sound.
Yeah,
that is the patented Slipknot roll.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. I think that is a top 5 Slipknot song for sure. Maybe that's not my favorite Slipknot song. That's tough. I don't know.
It's not my favorite. It is up there, but I think as far as like what would people who have never heard Slipknot, what song would you show them first? I think that's it.
Sick would be good. Maybe Spit It Out. But
Sick
is a good one.
Too deep just to throw it away. So Slipknot, it's good. I mean, I have on the vinyls. This is something I would never part with.
I do like in Sick the line. It's the opening line. I think it's the opening line where he says, "Insane, am I the only motherfucker with a brain? I'm hearing voices, but all they do is complain." I just love how just pissed off all of his lyrics are on the first two records.
Right out the gates.
Insane, am I the only motherfucker with a brain?
This is 1999.
I just love that. I love that.
The 90s were dominated by music trying to find its foothold in something. There were so many genres just coming and going as they pleased. And then Slipknot comes out with this thing, and it's just like, what in the shit? Why is this harder than anything metal that we've ever heard before?
I know.
And I'm sure there are things that are harder than this, whatever. But like the mainstream stuff, like why the fuck? How is this possible? How is this so aggressive? How is this so angry?
It's seriously. And when you think about it too, some of his lyrics, like just kind of piggybacking off of this record, the Slipknot, the song Surfacing, the chorus is like supposed to be like the anthem song of the record, Surfacing. And the chorus is fuck it all, fuck this shit. Fuck it all, fuck this world, fuck everything that you stand for. Don't belong, don't exist, don't give a shit, don't ever judge me. Like it's so childish. It's so 16-year-old, but the way just his passion and how pissed off he is when he screams it, you're like, well, that's actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like he could say fuck as many times as he wants, and it's still gonna sound like he's gonna fucking rip your face off.
Just so much passion.
Dude.
So much passion. Yeah. This album is so damn good.
It is. It really is. Oh, damn. Well, Iowa's my number 2, so I guess we can keep talking about Slipknot.
Keep talking about Slipknot's, baby.
Because Iowa's your number 1, which is crazy. But, yeah, Slipknot. I mean, I agree with everything that you said. It's spot on. The demos too are just as good as the songs on the record. Like you were saying, Interloper, Deluded, the song Snap, great fucking song. Get this. The opening of that song is "Give me a scream, Corey," and he just fucking just screams his heart out, and then that heavy guitar riff starts. Fucking fantastic. Oh man, the album's exhausting. It's truly exhausting, man.
Dude, the 1-2 punch of Slipknot, and Iowa are truly exhausting.
Yeah,
It's a lot to listen to.
I know, but it's a fucking blast. It's a fucking blast. 2 hours of just mayhem, and just having so much fun along the way. Oh boy, but yeah, Slipknot. That's by far their best record. I love Iowa to death.
By far their best record, he says. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say that because the songs are just so, they're just so raw, and they're so violent. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck at all. They have literally nothing to lose. They have no credibility. They just got signed to a record label. They are coming straight out of bumfuck Iowa. This is like the most pure sounding record. More I don't want to say more authentic, but just more true than even the first Korn record and what Ross did on that first Korn record. What he did with Slipknot on this was something really, really special and something really remarkable that can never be replicated ever with any band. I don't see anything like this happening ever again with any band. With the intensity of this record. Yeah, you may have bands that are harder and that have heavier riffs, bigger, louder, heavier riffs, but there's no band that sounds this aggressive, this angry by any means. There's nothing like the Slipknot record. Nothing can even compare to this first Slipknot record at all.
Oh, there's one thing that sounds angrier, that sounds more aggressive.
I don't think Iowa does. No, I don't.
And we'll get into it, but yeah.
Okay, we will get into it. So, my bangers off this one are Sick and Liberate. Those are my two bangers off this one. But
God, that song Sick is just unfucking real.
It starts with the big fucking heavy drums, like da 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 da, and then Joey with the double bass comes in super fucking fast. Oh, I love it.
I just imagine you're some fucking anybody that has never listened to anything outside of the Backstreet Boys in the 90s. I'm like, oh yeah, this band Slipknot just dropped an album. You should check it out. And it goes from that intro, right? This is a stupid little intro.
The whole thing I think is sick. It just gets fucking crazy, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then drops immediately to that drums.
You're already on edge. You're already thinking, okay, this is weird already. And it drops into that thing that you've never heard anything like that. I'm not a big metalhead. I barely scratch the surface of metal music, but I've never heard anybody come close to doing like the Slipknot. What I don't even know if I'm the only one that calls it the Slipknot roll, but that's what it is. It's a Slipknot roll. Nobody does it. No one's ever done it.
The only band that ever sounded anything like this Slipknot record was Sepultura's Roots record, which is a good record, but it pales in comparison to the Slipknot record, because on that Sepultura on Roots, there's a lot of the tribal kind of big percussion sound that you hear on this record, but it doesn't have that same aggression that Slipknot has. And it's just pretty fucking insane that Ross Robinson produced both of those records, and just how insane each of them are. Like, they're just so unique. They stand alone from everything else. Fuck, man, Ross Robinson. We're gonna get into him too. He's fucking great.
Dude knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Man. All right. So do we have anything else on the album rankings?
No, that's it. That's all.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Listen to the main episode, because obviously we're getting into Iowa from Slipknot. So that's it. That's all.